So I was boiling a carrot the other day, and it got me thinking, why am I doing this? Why don't I just buy a pre-boiled carrot off Amazon Prime? And I thought, oh, what a waste of time I've just had. And the next time I needed to boil a carrot, I remembered, and I went on to Amazon. But it turns out they don't do that sort of thing. Why? I'm not sure. I thought Amazon was supposed to sell everything, you know? I thought they could do anything. But Amazon, it's a lie. Here's just a few things that they don't sell. 1. Atoms. 2. Children. 3. Shadows. You can't sell shadows, okay? You can't sell something that isn't physically possible to sell. God knows if you could sell things that are physically impossible to sell, boy, I would have sold my soul to the devil a long time ago. Am I right, guys? But I was on Amazon. I couldn't find a pre-boiled carrot, so I thought, you know what? I have to go to the shop to get my pre-boiled carrot. And I went there, and they only had normal carrots, unfortunately. And I got there, and I went to the self-checkout, and I realised all this nonsense is ridiculous. I had to go to the self-checkout to avoid going through the main service where I have to speak to someone, because it's kind of embarrassing just to go up to the cashier with just a carrot, a condom, and a carton of eggs. I went to the self-checkout so I could avoid that embarrassment, but it got me thinking, where is the joy in life if there is no anxiety to overcome, okay? Before, I had to overcome something within myself to put those items in front of the cashier and be able to buy something. You know, it was an internal challenge. Now, the only person who knows about what I'm buying from Sainsbury's is the CCTV, and inevitably Palantir when that CCTV footage gets sold to them when they found out I don't condone genocide. But other than that, nobody knows that I'm buying a carrot, a condom, and a carton of eggs. It's ridiculous. I want to feel something. The other day, I walked around outside in public with my fly down just to feel something, you know? And I did feel something. A light breeze. I was embarrassed, yes, but a light breeze. A nice, cool, gentle breeze. It was the breeze of freedom. The breeze of suffering to be overcame. Who knows what I'll do next? Who knows? Maybe I'll fill my shoes with yogurt, and I'll run to the nearest shoe shop and ask someone for assistance trying on some new Crocs. And when they help me take off my shoes, I'll go, maybe I will take a bag of pre-cut onions on the subway and just eat them in front of everybody. And when they say something to me about it, they say, I have a medical condition. If those don't get me to feel something, here's what I'll do next. I'm just going to go over to the nearest police station and confess to being the Zodiac Killer. Yes. And or something along those lines. You know, and then I can be in prison. I'll drop the soap on purpose just, you know, to have a challenge to overcome, but I will have to remember to remove the contraband I shoved up my arsehole prior, because it'd be quite embarrassing if the prison Nazi, you know, came over to put his cock up my bumhole and I couldn't get in there because there was already a jar of Nutella in there, you know. They don't do Nutella in prison. But, you know, if worse comes to worse, I'll just tell the Nazi, you know, screw the lid off and make like Willy Wonka and fuck the chocolate. Side note, Willy Wonka was definitely fucking them Oompa Loompas. This is why you should boil your own carrots, guys. Seriously. Because if you don't, you get too used to simple pleasures, and you become a guy like me, who's on the verge of confessing to a murder you didn't commit, just to go to prison and have some sort of challenge to overcome, right? I was going to actually commit a murder to get in prison, rather than just confess to one that I didn't do. But I was looking into it, and it turns out that murder is actually illegal under the Murder Act of 1976. So I didn't do that, but I was so close to... I'm so close to going to prison for various reasons, and to the point where I was actually researching how to survive in there, all the little tips that they give you on reddit.com/r/prison. and I got some great advice. They told me this thing called a prison wallet. I don't know if you've heard of a prison wallet. And I thought, what, a prison wallet? What's one of those? Why would you need a wallet in prison? There's no shops in there. And then someone explained to me, oh, it's not actually a wallet. It's just your butt. You just put stuff up your butt. And then I thought, what? Still, it makes even less sense to put coins and notes up your butt when there's no shops in prison. Actually, this is all starting to sound a bit terrible. Actually, I don't think I want to go to prison. It doesn't sound like the paradise I originally thought it was. But you know what? Jazzy Army? Let me just tell you some jokes. If you're new to the channel, I'm actually a master comedian. If you've not seen me before, you probably might recognize me from YouTube shorts of me performing at Joe Rogan's comedy club, The Mothership. I'm a regular guest there. Or you might see me on Kill Tony. What does a gay owl say? What does a gay owl say? A gay owl says, "Ooh, I'm gay. Ooh, I like cock." Okay, that's the first joke. I got another one for you. I saw a meteor shower the other day. It said, "Get out! I'm naked. Get out! I'm in the shower." Joke number 3. What does a bisexual owl say? What does a bisexual owl say? Ooh, I can have it either way, That is today's video, guys. I know it's not the usual format. I know I'm not in the same place as usual. I got kicked out by my landlord. But it's okay. You live and learn not to fill the bathtub with chemicals you thought were going to be chlorine, but actually were sulfuric acid. Bye bye, guys. Get ready for the next video. It's gonna hit you in the face before you even know it's there.